it should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They go play action with Wilson.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Jacobs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. One more time with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And the Raiders have got him.
Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Looking to throw. Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Max Crosby is really starting to get his due around the league as one of the best young pass rushers in the game. 25 sacks in his first 3 seasons.
Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Judy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Jerry Jeudy took a step back from his rookie numbers in 2021 while battling an ankle injury throughout the season. They're definitely hoping the arrival of Russell Wilson can help him reach his ceiling as a former 15th overall pick. Jeudy came through there with a chain-moving catch.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. It was D.J. Jones who was there for the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From midfield, here's Carr.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Raiders at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Oh, looking for Warner, but this is intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Chandler Jones. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Carr now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On play action. Now Carr. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes, when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll run with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's the fullback. his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. As the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson flushed out right. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okurebunom. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Carr. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd down and goal. Carr escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller from 10 yards out. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Throw to the right here to Gordon. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now a play fake. Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Carr going to throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Jacobs going to try the middle. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
A gain of 3. It's now 4th down in less than a yard.
They go with Jacobs, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's a give up the middle. It's good. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
On first down, Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Denver. 51 yards. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Williams will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gordon is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Wilson gonna throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Their catch, gained at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's A.J. Coldell as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Wilson. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Here's Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Wilson to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the Baker. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
What now?
Just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome is in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Las Vegas, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed.